The kingdom of Nwangele, vast and powerful, had long been a beacon of prosperity. Its people were loyal, its land fertile, and its ruler, King Chika, a man of wisdom and courage. He ruled with fairness, guided by the love and counsel of his wife, Queen Adeora. Their marriage was the epitome of unity. Together they had strengthened the kingdom and ensured peace for all. However, one day, as King Chika journeyed to a gathering of kings, fate intervened in the form of an unexpected reunion. As he rode through a small market town near the border of his kingdom, a woman's voice called out to him, "Chika, is that really you?" He halted his horse, squinting against the bright sunlight. Standing by the roadside was a woman he hadn't seen in over 20 years. Olachi, his schoolmate from long ago. Her beauty had ripened like the finest fruit, her features refined, her presence magnetic. She was no longer the shy girl who had sat behind him in class, but a confident and elegant woman in her early 40s. Time had worked wonders on her appearance, and King Chika could not help but be struck by her allure. "Oh, Olachi," he exclaimed, dismounting quickly to embrace her. "It's been so long. I can hardly believe it's you." She smiled warmly, and the two fell into conversation. They shared memories of their school days, of the laughter and the challenges they had faced as young people. For King Chika, it was a joyful moment of nostalgia, but for Olachi, it was a chance to finally be near the man she had secretly admired for so many years. Throughout their conversation, Olachi's heart raced, her thoughts betraying her calm exterior. In school, she had been just another face in the crowd, overshadowed by Chika's natural charisma. She had adored him from afar, silently wishing for the chance to be close to him. Now, standing before him as a successful merchant and with a beauty that turned heads, she realized that the king of Nwangele was no longer just a schoolmate. He was the powerful ruler of a great kingdom. That evening, as the king continued on his journey, Olachi's mind spun with possibilities. She knew this was her moment. Her heart longed for him, and she believed that destiny had brought them together again. Yet, in the depths of her desires, she was determined to have him not just as a friend, but as her own. A second chance was rare, and she would seize it. She knew what she must do. Olachi had deep connections in many places, including the mystical realms. Far beneath the seas, in the hidden kingdom of spirits, there lived a powerful marine sorcerer, a spirit man who had served many rulers in the past. It was said that the spirits of the water could influence the hearts and minds of those who sought them, especially when driven by love, lust, or power. Olachi knew exactly where to go. One stormy night, she ventured into the depths of the ocean, calling upon the spirit man. She performed an ancient ritual. Her words soft yet firm as they danced through the air, summoning the supernatural forces. The ocean churned, and the spirit man appeared, his eyes glowing like the moonlit waters. "I seek your help," Olachi said, her voice both pleading and determined. "I want King Chika. He must love me and only me." The spirit man studied her, his presence unsettling, yet mesmerizing. "The king's heart is already close to you, but it will take more than just desire to claim him," he warned. "The waters are patient. We can make him yours, but there will be consequences." Olachi hesitated for a moment, but then nodded. She would pay any price for his love. The spirit man smiled, and with a wave of his hand, a dark mist seemed to rise from the sea, engulfing her in a magical trance. The pact was sealed. When King Chika returned to Nwangele after the Council of Kings, something about him had changed. It was subtle at first. He seemed distant, preoccupied, distracted. Queen Adaora noticed it immediately. Her once devoted husband no longer shared his thoughts with her, no longer consulted her on the matters of state. His gaze, once filled with warmth and admiration, was now cold and distant. At night, he would wander in thought, haunted by dreams of Olachi. Her face appeared in his mind constantly. She had slipped into his life like a quiet poison, her presence slowly altering the way he viewed the world. He grew obsessed, spending more time with Olachi, listening to her every word and seeking her counsel. His attention towards his kingdom and its people waned. He no longer attended council meetings with the same vigor, often sending subordinates to handle the matters he once dealt with himself. His decisions grew erratic. The once thriving kingdom started to feel the weight of his neglect. Borders that were once secure began to show signs of weakness, and trade alliances that had been built over generations began to fall apart. Olachi, now deeply embedded in his life, continued to manipulate his thoughts. She whispered praises of his power, always reminding him of how he deserved more than just one queen, more than just the loyalty of the people. She convinced him that Adaora, despite her beauty and grace, could never truly understand the heart of a king. Only she, Olachi, could be the partner he needed to rule. And so, one day, King Chika made the fateful decision to take Olachi as his second wife. He announced it publicly, his voice firm and unwavering. "Olachi will join me in ruling this kingdom. Together we shall lead Nwangele into a new era." The kingdom was shocked. Queen Adaora, heartbroken and confused, could not comprehend the betrayal. The love between them, once so strong, had been shattered, and she could only watch as her husband, the man she had stood beside through thick and thin, slipped further away from her. But this decision marked the beginning of Nwangele's downfall. King Chika's obsession with Olachi grew more consuming. He spent hours with her, neglecting his duties as ruler. He stopped visiting the people, ceased attending diplomatic meetings, and began to make reckless decisions that hurt his kingdom. The economy of Nwangele faltered. Neighboring kingdoms, sensing the weakness in the once mighty kingdom, began to encroach on its borders. Rebellions sparked in the villages as the common folk grew resentful of the king's neglect. Yet, King Chika remained blind to it all, focused only on his love for Olachi. Meanwhile, Olachi's influence spread like a poison. Her beauty and cunning had captured the king's heart, but her true intentions were darker. As she watched Chika unravel, she knew that she had to solidify her control. She used her influence over the king to manipulate him further, ensuring that his heart and mind remained hers completely. The marine sorcerer, whose powers had bound King Chika to Olachi, watched from afar. He knew that his spell had worked as planned, but he also knew that the king was nearing his end. The spirit man had claimed many kings before, but none had been so completely lost to the depths as Chika. His rule was nearing its final days, for the spirit man had extracted his price for granting Olachi her desires. Years passed, and the once great kingdom of Nwangele crumbled. The people who had once adored their king now whispered of his weakness and madness. It was said that he spent his final days by the sea, staring out over the water as if searching for something lost forever. The great ruler, who had once been a symbol of strength and wisdom, had become a mere shell of the man he had been. One stormy night, as the waves crashed violently against the shores, King Chika disappeared. His body was found days later, washed up on the beach. The cause of death was unclear. Some said he had drowned, others whispered that the spirits of the ocean had claimed him. What was certain was that he had been consumed by the very forces that Olachi had unleashed. Olachi, now the most powerful woman in the Nwangele, took control of the kingdom in her own way. She ruled alongside her marine allies, her influence stretching far beyond the kingdom's borders. But even in her triumph, there was an emptiness in her heart. She had gotten what she wanted, the love of the king, the power of a queen. But in the process, she had destroyed the man she had once adored. And so, Unangawele fell. The kingdom, once a bastion of peace and prosperity, was now just a shadow of its former self, ruled by a woman who had gained everything at the cost of the man she had loved, and lost. The waters, ever patient and endless, had claimed yet another soul.